study of Indian Penal Code. Section 505 of the Indian Penal Code provides statements conducing to public mischief. What is mischief? That has been defined causing danger or any damage or injury to the public property, that is mischief. Whoever makes, publishes or circulates any statement, rumor or report, three things: makes, circulates or publishes. Whoever makes, circulates or publishes what? Statement, report or rumor. Three things: making a statement, circulating a statement, publishing a statement, publishing a rumor or a report. What is that? With intent to cause or which is likely to cause. Makes a statement, circulates a statement, rumor or report, publishes a statement, then rumor report or circulates a statement, rumor or report. What is that? With intent to cause or which is likely to cause. Any officer, soldier, sailor or airman in any army, navy or air force of India to mutiny or otherwise disregard or fail in his duty as such. This is punishable under section 500. What is that? What is that? A person, that is Sipai mutiny, was there because there was a rumor that the British government had used some fat of cow or this pig in a pellet. So thereby, that was the cause for Sipai mutiny. So here, section 505, in the 1857, that this Indian Penal Code came into force in the year 1860. So now section 505 provides a person who makes a statement or publishes a statement or a circular or a rumor, or if a person publishes or circulates, what is that? With an intention to cause or which is likely to. His intention to cause. To whom? Any officer, airman, or this sailor, or Navy, Air Force, or Air Force of India to mutiny. So that is punishable under section 500. Or disregard or fail in his duty, mutiny to, or otherwise disregard his officer or superior officer, or fail in his duty, that is punishable. Shall be punished with imprisonment by either execution for a term which makes 3 years or with fine or with both. Then second is there. Similarly, whoever causes, makes, publishes or circulates what? Statement, rumor or report with intent to cause or which is likely to cause fear or alarm to the public. If such a statement is published, a circular is published, or some rumor is published, so that there will be fear or alarm to the public. Suppose somebody makes a rumor, tomorrow there will be, the world will destroy. False rumor. So that is punishable on section 505. What it says? What is making a rumor, publishing a report, statement? What is the intention? If his intention is to cause alarm to the public, or which is likely to cause fear or alarm, which will cause or likely to cause fear or alarm to the public, or in a section of the public, any group of the any branch of the section of the public, whereby any person may be induced to commit an offense, that fear or alarm that will cause, which is likely to cause fear or alarm to the public or to any section of the public, that fear or alarm whereby any person may be induced to commit an offense against the state. This another ingredient, that because of that rumor that is causing alarm to the public or to any section of the public, that is because of such rumor, circular, etc., fear or alarm will be caused, and thereby a person may be induced to commit an offense. Because of that, somebody will be induced to commit an offense against the state or against the public tranquility, then that is punishable under section 500. This is the second B. C says, similarly, whoever makes, publishes or circulates any statement or rumor or report with intent to incite or excite, or which is likely to incite any class or community, a person, incite any person, incite or which is likely to incite any class or community of persons, a group of persons, class of persons, to commit any offense against any other class or community. Commit any offense, incite a class of person, or excite a class of person, or which is likely to incite a class, any group of person or a community of person to commit any offense against other community, against any other class or community, that shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to 3 years or with fine with both. Now, subsection 2, statement creating or promoting enmity, hatred, or ill will between classes. Similarly, enmity, suppose by publishing any statement, rumor, or circular, or publishes, circulates any statement, rumor, or report. What? That is, whoever makes, publish, or circulate any statement or report, any statement, here rumor is not there, any statement or rumor, or statement or report containing rumor or alarming news, circulates statement, report, alarming news. What is that? With intent to create a promote, either to create or promote, or which is likely to create or promote. Intention to create or promote, which is likely to create or promote. What is likely to promote? On grounds of religion, on grounds of these: religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, caste, or community, or any other ground whatsoever, feeling of enmity. On this ground, there will be enmity. You are in this class, that class. Because whoever makes, publishes any statement, report containing rumor or alarming news, containing statement or report that is a rumor or alarming news. What is that? Because publishing that report, alarming news, his intention to create or promote enmity. Enmity between two groups, on the ground of this place of birth, residence, language, caste, community, or other ground whatsoever, so that, or ill will between different religion, hatred or ill will between, feeling of enmity, or to bring hatred or ill will between different religious, racial, language, or regional group, or caste or communities, shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to 3 years or with fine or with both. Then the third is that offense under subsection 2 committed in a place of worship. What is subsection 2 says? Whoever makes, publishes, what is that? Or circulates. Three things. Makes, publishes, circulates any statement or report containing rumor or alarming news. What is that? That statement and alarming news is published with intent to bring enmity or ill willing, whatsoever feeling of enmity, hatred, or ill will between two religious, racial, language, or regional group, or caste or communities, on the ground of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, caste, or community, etc. That is punishable with 3 years imprisonment. If such a statement is published, such a alarming news is published, false rumor containing rumor is published in a place of worship, so that there will be this enmity will be brought between two communities. Whoever commits an offense specified in subsection 2 in any place of worship or in any assembly engaged in the performance of religious worship, any place of worship or assembly gathering of such persons who are engaged in worship or religious ceremonies, shall be punished with imprisonment which may extend to 5 years and shall also be liable to fine. Section 505, what is a statements conducing helpful, conducing means helpful to public mischief. If a statement is given which helps to public mischief, which facilitates the public mischief. Exception, it does not amount to an offense within the meaning of this section when the person making, publishing, or circulating any such statement, rumor, or report has reasonable ground for believing that such statement, rumor is true. If that person believes such statement, report, or rumor, he has reasonable ground to believe to, and he makes public such statement in good faith and without any such intent as of without any intention to bring enmity to two groups, to any or hatred or ill will between two groups, between two religions, between two persons on the ground of this religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, caste, or community, or any other ground whatsoever. This is section 505. 506 says, so that is public mischief, that thereby a public mischief is done because of such statement. By publishing in the newspaper information about the incident that had taken place in the course of election in a political booth, the journalist could not be said to have committed an offense. This intention is there. There must be ill feeling, hatred, or enmity between two groups. On the ground of such rumor, etc., published, false rumor, report is published, what is create or promote an enmity, which is likely to create or promote on the grounds of this religion, race. Suppose somebody says you are of this place or he is from that place, South India, North India. This is section 505. 506, punishment of criminal intimidation. On the other day we have discussed 503 defines criminal intimidation. What is yesterday? We have discussed whoever threatens another with injury that to that person or person, reputation or property. Threatens another to the person, reputation, property of that person, or to the person or reputation of anyone in which that person is interested. What is that? With intent to cause alarm to that person or to cause that person to do any act which is not legally bound to do, or to omit to do any act which is legally bound to do, as the means of avoiding the execution of such threat. As the means of, you will not do, I will do this. As a means of avoiding such threat, execution of such, commits criminal intimidation. So, section 560, whoever commits the offence of criminal intimidation shall be punished with imprisonment of either destitution for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with fine, or with both. If threat be to cause death or grievous hurt, whoever threatens another with injury, any injury, with person, property, or reputation. Here the part 2 says, and if threat be to cause death or grievous hurt, then the punishment is 7 years. What it says? And if the threat be to cause death or grievous hurt, or to cause the destruction of property by fire, if somebody threatens, if you do this, I will burn your house by fire, or destroy your house by fire. If the threat is to cause destruction of property by fire, or to cause an offence punishable with death or imprisonment for life, or with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 7 years, or to impute unchastity to a woman, if you do something, I will threaten, if a person threatens to publish an unchastity, relating with a woman, if will not do this, if will do this. So that is, unchastity to a woman shall be punished with imprisonment for either description, for a term which may extend to 7 years, or with fine, or with both. 507, criminal intimidation by an anonymous communication. Sometimes, suppose somebody through phone, without disclosing his name, threatens another with injury to his person, property, or reputation, and compels him to do something or not to do something, so that to avoid the such threat, to avoid as the means of avoiding the execution of such threat, as the means to, these words you should remember, as the means to avoiding the execution of such threat, then that will be criminal intimidation. So whoever commits the offence of criminal intimidation by an anonymous communication, without disclosing his name, anonymous communication. Suppose somebody sent a letter without mentioning his name, and thereby threatens another and to do something, and so as a means to, if you do this, that will be a means to avoid such threat, then that is criminal intimidation. If somebody commits the offence of criminal intimidation by anonymous communication, or having taken precaution to conceal the name, having taken precaution to conceal his name, suppose changing his voice, he is threatening through phone, or abode, or a abode means place of residence, having taken precaution that his name and address will not be known, to whom the threat comes, shall be punished with imprisonment by either for a term which makes 2 years, in addition to the punishment provided for the offense. In addition to the criminal intimidation, he is also liable for the punishment of 2 years, because he is giving anonymous threat by anonymous letter, anonymous communication, or having taken precaution to conceal his name at the place of his residence. 508. Act caused by inducing person to believe that he will be rendered an object of the divine displeasure. Act caused by inducing a person, somebody, by inducing that person to believe that he will be rendered to an object of divine displeasure, compels to do something which is not legally bound to do, or omit to do something which is legally bound to do, then section 508 is applicable. What it says? Whoever voluntarily causes or attempts to cause, voluntarily causes or attempt to cause any person to do anything, causes any person to do anything, or attempt to cause a person do anything which that person is not legally bound to do. That person is not legally bound to do, or to omit to do anything which is legally entitled to. Whoever voluntarily causes or attempts to cause any person to do something which is to omit to do something which is legally bound to do, by inducing or attempting to induce that, by inducing that person or attempt to induce that person to believe that he or any person in whom he is interested, either he or any person whom he is interested, will become or will be rendered by some act of the offender, will become or will be rendered by some act of the offender an object of divine displeasure. If you do this, if you will not do this, you will be subject to a divine displeasure. Or if he does not do the do the thing which it is the object of the divine offender to cause him to do, or if he does the thing which it is the object of the offender to cause him to omit, shall be punished with imprisonment by either death for a term which makes them to 1 year or with fine. Illustration will make it clear. A sits dharna at jail's door with the intention of causing it to be believed that by so sitting he renders Z an object of divine displeasure. A has committed the offense defined in this section. Another, A threatens Z that unless Z performs a certain act, A threatens Z, if will not do a particular act, A will kill one of Z, A will kill one of Z's own children. A threatens Z. Under such circumstances, that the killing would be believed to render Z an object of divine displeasure, A has committed the offense defined in this section. This is section 508. 509. Words, gesture or act intend to insult the modesty of a woman. This section 509 is applicable when somebody speaks, somebody shows any gesture or does any act with an intention to insult the modesty of a woman. The modesty of a woman is a very important right, very valuable right to a woman. Somebody makes a comment against a woman while passing on the road, or by gesture, he shows any gesture that way affecting her modesty. This section is applicable. Whoever intending to insult the modesty of woman, this intention is insult the modesty. Insult the modesty. Whoever with intent to insult the modesty of woman utters any words or passes a comment, intention is to insult the modesty of human, utters any words, makes any sound, even a person makes any sound. What is the intention? Intention is to insult the modesty. Modesty means modesty behavior, modesty of human, makes any sound, or with an intention to insult the modesty of man, makes any gesture or exhibits any object, intending that such word or sound shall be heard. Intention, intending that such words, gestures shall be heard, or that such gesture or object shall be seen by such a man, or intrudes upon the privacy of or intrudes. It is suppose intrudes, privacy there. This section was previously there. Intrudes, interferes in the privacy of the woman. Privacy of such a man shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which makes them to 3 years and shall which be fine. 510. Misconduct in public by drunken place. It is very it is a obsolete section. Now only punishable to 10 rupees by being in a state of intoxication. Is somebody appeared in a drunken person, appears in a public place, under the in a place which is and trespasses into some other person, and their conduct himself in such a manner as to cause annoyance to that person, then that is punishable is simply for a term which may extend to 24 hours, or with fine which may extend to 10 rupees or which was. What section 510 says? Whoever in a state of intoxication, being intoxicated, appears in public place. Under a state of intoxication, if a person appears in a public place, or in any place which it is a trespass in him to enter, or enters into another person who is a trespass, and there conducts himself, not only enters, being intoxicated, he enters in a public place, or trespasses into somebody's land, and there conducts himself, and at that place he conducts himself in such a manner as to there he acts in such a conduct. Conduct means acts in such a manner so as to cause annoyance to any person, shall be punished with simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 24 hours, or with fine which may extend to 10 rupees or with both. Section 511 is in chapter 23. What section 511 says? It is inchoate crime. It is also punishment for attempt to commit offences punishable with imprisonment for life or other imprisonment. There are certain sections in the Indian Penal Code which attempt to commit certain offence is itself punishable under a specific section. But section 511 is applicable where there is no specific section for attempting to commit an offence. Suppose say for preparation to commit dacoity, that is 399, 307, that is attempt to commit murder. These are the attempt to commit offence. But section 500, whoever attempts to commit offence punishable by this code with imprisonment for life or imprisonment, or a person whoever attempts to commit an offence which is punishable with imprisonment for life or with imprisonment, or to cause such an offence to be committed, or again attempt also, or whoever attempts to commit an offence punishable by this code with imprisonment for life or imprisonment, or to cause such an offence to be committed. If a person causes that person to commit such offence punishable with imprisonment for life or imprisonment, and in such attempt does any act toward the commission of the offence. In such attempt, he does any act toward the commission of the offence, shall, where no express provision is made by this code. If there is any express provision, that is applicable. Yeah, in such attempt, does any act. In such attempt, does any act. Does any act what? Toward the commission of the offence, shall, where no express provision is made by this code for the punishment of such attempt, be punished with imprisonment for any description provided for the offence for a term which may extend to one half of the imprisonment for life, which may extend to, if that offence is punishable with imprisonment for life, then half of the imprisonment for life, as the case may be, one half of the longest term of the imprisonment provided for that offence, longest term provided for that offence, or with such fine as is provided for the offence, or with such fine as is for the province, or with. That means, if a person attempts to commit an offence which is punishable with imprisonment for life or any imprisonment, for that, in that attempt does an act, such an offence to be committed, or causes to such an offence to be, and in such attempt does an act towards the commission of the, only does an act towards the commission of the, if the no express provision is provided for the in the section for the offence, then with half of the imprisonment for life, one half of the imprisonment for life, as the case may be, imprisonment for life 20 years, half that is defined. That is half of the longest term of the imprisonment for that is the imprisonment is there. Half of the longest term of the imprisonment for that offence, or with such fine as is provided for the, or with such fine as is for the entire fine, or with both. A makes an attempt to steal some jewels by breaking open a box. Simply he had made an attempt and finds after so opening the box there is no jewel in it. He has done an act toward the commission of theft and therefore is guilty under this section. That is longest of 3 years. So maximum punishment is 1.5 years. Fine is liable to fine. A makes an attempt to pick the pocket of Z by thrusting his hand into Z's pocket. A fails in the attempt in consequence of Z having nothing in this structure. A is guilty, that is attempt to commit theft. That is punishable with half of the longest, that is punishable with 3 years imprisonment, half of the longest punishment, 1.5 years and fine. So here, that is section 511 of the Indian Code. Whoever attempts to commit an offence, punishable with imprisonment for life or imprisonment, or causes such an offence to be committed, causes such an offence to be committed, and in commission of the and in such attempt does an act towards the commission of the offence. If there is no express provision in the Indian Penal Code for that offence, he is liable for punishment for a term which may extend to 1/2 of the life imprisonment if it is punishable with imprisonment for life, or imprisonment longest term of the imprisonment provided for the offence, or with fine which has been provided for the offence. Thank you all. By this, we concluded our discussion on Indian penal.